Imagine being pregnant and finding out your baby will need open heart surgery after birth. Now add a job change, a housing crisis, and an uncertain future. That's exactly what today's family was facing, and their story is one you won't forget.
We find out that Walter has a very rare, very serious heart defect, and that he would need open heart surgery at some point as a baby. Really, it's a story about Walter. He will be 1 week from today. And a little over a year ago, we were living in Mississippi. And a few months prior to moving, we were not sure where we were going to end up. If we were going to get a job, if my husband was going to get a job in Wisconsin, or if he was going to end up getting a job in Florida. He's a pastor, or training to be a pastor. And we randomly got a call one day that there was this small church in a small town in Wisconsin. Oh, you got my ice cream. That needed a pastoral intern. Okay. And we said yes to it, and then we kind of regretted it for a little bit. We're like, oh, should we have said yes to Florida? Florida's kind of a cool place. And then less than a week later, and our housing fell through. We couldn't find a place to live close to where the church was. We end up finding an apartment in Port Washington, and we know nothing about it, and we don't know why we're so far from the church. We don't know why we couldn't find any housing. And then less than a week later, we find out that Walter has a very rare, very serious heart defect, and that he would need open heart surgery at some point as a baby, and that we'd need to be spending hours and hours every week at the Children's Hospital in Milwaukee. And we could have ended up anywhere in Wisconsin, and we would still have to end up at the Children's Hospital in Wisconsin in Milwaukee. And we moved, and it was just so many answers to prayers that we didn't even know we were praying. We didn't know why we were here, and we didn't know why we ended up in the location that we were at. And so we moved, and we had just every specialist appointment you could even think of before he was even born. And we ended up living an hour 15 minutes from my husband's parents and an hour 30 minutes from my parents. And so we had free childcare, and oh my goodness, Wally, you're making such a mess. And then he was born on June 19th and was just the healthiest baby. You would have no idea that he had a major heart defect. It was an incredibly redeeming postpartum experience. And then still going to the hospital every week, basically, until heart surgery. And throughout it all, we just had an overwhelming sense of peace. I'm a very anxious person. I had severe anxiety when I had my firstborn. And so I was just fully prepared to be a hot mess when there's something like open heart surgery coming up. And we just didn't. And we had our best summer ever last year, even though we knew we were going to have open heart surgery coming up. But just the people that God put in our lives, and the doctors and the healthcare workers and the nurses that we got attached to, and our cardiologists and everything. Hi, Peter. So yeah, he had open heart surgery in September, and everything went as good as it could possibly go. And it was just what should have been a really horrible experience just was not. It was not. It was hard. It was really, really hard. But yeah, the Lord just gave us so much peace and so many great people in our lives to get us through it. And he'll probably need another surgery in about 10 years. But even then, we don't know that for sure. And you'd have no idea. He just recovered and had no complications. And good catch, Allie. You okay? And it's just the happiest guy ever. And he's given us a run for our money, for sure. But yeah, that's my Walter story.
If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this.
Wrapping that up, yeah, my husband got a job at a church in Cedar Grove where he is still the pastoral intern, and we loved it there. It's just been such a great community and a great family for us to move into, especially with the year that we've had, and all the help that we've needed and the love that we've received. And so he's still there, and we hope to stick around for a long time.
What's the name of the church?
Calvary Orthodox Presbyterian Church.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.